Hi, I'm Anna Carbonell, the Realtor next door. So today I went to the farmers market in Winter Garden. If you've never been there, you should definitely check it out and check out our website at carbonellrealtors.com, and you'll see all kinds of photos and pictures of all the produce and all kinds of flowers and trees and plants that they have. It's just great. Great local honey that you can get there, orchids, just beautiful orchids. So today I actually scored and I got some wonderful lettuce, just all different kinds. I just couldn't help myself. So I got that. I got some fresh fruits and vegetables. So tonight we're going to have a huge salad. We're going to have some grilled veggies, and I'm going to grill some chicken. So I was going to make a quick dressing, and I thought, why not show you a great simple dressing to make for your salad this evening. Before we get started, I have so many different vinegars that I like to use, and all kinds of seasoning and herbs. And of course, I got this today at the market too. It's a morto and pestle. So if you want to like make your own rubs and stuff like that, I thought this was so cute, and I figured, you know, get something from them. It's handmade. He makes all kinds of stuff, cutting boards and whatnot. So I usually like to have some kind of jar or something to save my salad dressings in. This was a water bottle that I actually went to lunch one day with my husband, and it was so pretty, and I wasn't finished with the water, so I took it with me, and I thought this would be great to put salad dressing, or if you wanted to do an infused oil, you know, put some good olive oil and maybe some rosemary and garlic and some pepper flakes and salt, and you can kind of keep it in there and use it to drizzle it on salads, or if you want to use it to put on fish or something like that. That's great. I also have some cleaned little jars. Now these jars are, you know, when you buy organic herbs, they come in these little jars, and I save them. I wash them and I save them because I love them. They have the top on them with the little holes in it. So like last week I made a pesto right in here. Okay, so after I blenderized everything and I did it all in my Cuisinart, I put it all together, and then I put it in these little jars, and you could just like put it on top of, like if you're going to make a caprese salad with the mozzarella and the tomatoes, you could just put this on top, or if you're going to just make a pizza and you want to just add a little bit of pesto, you can do that. It's just great to have. I hear my phone ringing, and I should have turned it off, so I apologize for that. But these jars are great, so I like to have these on hand too. So if you want to make a little dressing and you just want to make it for just you and your husband for like maybe 3 nights or something, I usually use 3 parts of oil. That would be either a vegetable oil or an olive oil. I typically use an olive oil. It just depends on the recipe. 3 parts of the olive oil, and then 1 part of the vinegar. So you can use all kinds of vinegar: champagne vinegar, rice wine vinegar, red vinegar, and I also have like blueberry, balsamics, or raspberry, or lemon, all kinds of different flavors of vinegars. And then just add your herbs that you want. Your salt and pepper is your base always, right? And maybe a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion, and then you could add, you know, rosemary, you could add oregano, basil, mustard, ginger, whatever you like. You can definitely also zest in some lemon or lime, or use the lemon juice or lime juice. You can grate some ginger and some garlic right into the dressings. I also like to add, if you want to make a nice emulsion, if you want it a little creamier, you can definitely add some mustards to it, some mayo. If you want to do like a sweeter, you're worried about the vinegar being too tangy, you could always add a teaspoon of good organic honey. Today's recipe is we're going to do like an Asian style dressing. My husband loves the Asian flavors, so we're going to do that. And again, we're going to wash all this lettuce later on, chop it all up with some cucumbers that I got from them on the market, and some tomatoes and avocados, and we're just going to do some scallions on top, and then I'm going to grill some chicken and just slice it over the top, and we're going to drizzle this delicious dressing that I'm going to share with you. It was one of my friends. My daughter was growing up. She went to Windermere Prep, and one of her friends' moms gave me this recipe, and I just loved it. So I figured it would be great to share with you guys today. So this recipe does call for vegetable oil. So if you want to substitute it for something else like canola or something, definitely do that. So it's going to be 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, and it's going to be 1/3 cup of soy sauce. So that's what gives it that Asian flair. So equal parts of both. We will not be adding any salt to this because the soy does have its own salt. We are going to add a half a teaspoon of mustard, a half a teaspoon of ground ginger. We're going to add a half a teaspoon of dill, which I like those together, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a half a teaspoon of onion powder, and half a teaspoon of pepper. Okay, now to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of ketchup, which I know that sounds weird, but it really does make it nice. It gives it like a little tang. So 2 tablespoons of that. And then 2 tablespoons of good organic honey. So today at the market they had all kinds of different honeys and all different flavors. This one is a multi-floral and clover honey. So that should be really good. So 2 tablespoons of this. I hardly ever buy dressings. I just figured we all have these ingredients in our cupboards. We all have herbs and we all have oil and some type of vinegar. You know, why are we gonna pay for a dressing? You know, you just make it yourself. I'm gonna just give this a quick stir. And this is basically the whole recipe that she had given me. But because I like to always change it up a little bit, there's nothing wrong with this recipe. It's absolutely delicious on its own. But I thought, you know, I like a little bit of grated garlic, a little bit of grated ginger in here, and I think it'll just give it another layer of flavor, just intensify the flavors that we had in the dry garlic and the dry ginger. So I'm going to add that. So, you know, you don't need a lot. I'm going to use this microplane. Probably just going to add maybe half a teaspoon about. That looks about right. That really just kind of gives it a nice kick. I'm going to do about a half a teaspoon of garlic. And I could just smell the ginger. It's just a little bit more intense than the dry stuff, but if you don't want to add it, you don't have to. It's delicious on its own. I love the flavor and I love the smell, so I like to add it here. Of course, you can definitely use fresh herbs if you have them. I haven't planted my garden yet for this year. I'm gonna probably do it in May and get some nice organic soil and plants, and they did have some really nice plants too, some fruit plants and trees and stuff like that you could get at the farmers market. So it's great to support your local markets and stuff like that in your community. There were so many people there, I couldn't believe it, but everybody was wearing a mask, so it was very cool. So I'm just gonna give this a nice little taste. That is so good. The extra ginger and garlic just gives it a little bit of kick. And I have this recipe written down, but I'm going to add this to my recipe that I did add a teaspoon of zested, I guess you would say, ginger and garlic, because it really just really made it like definitely just give it more of a kick. So if you like this recipe, oh, this is really cool. So this is what I like to do. I like to add it in this pouring cup because I'm just going to pour it right into this bottle here. And then this way, you know, I can keep it in the refrigerator and use it as I need it. And oops, I guess I got a little carried away here. It's a pretty bottle, and this will keep in the refrigerator, and that way I could just shake it up when I need it. And tonight it'll be a really nice dressing. I think my husband's gonna love it. He has his favorite dressing that he always buys this one dressing at the grocery store, and he loves it because it's got the the ginger and whatnot. So I think he's going to like this because it's kind of like that same flavor and same texture. So that's just one of the great salad dressings if you like this. So please check us out at CarbonellRealtors.com, and if you have any questions on real estate, we'd love to help you. I know my husband's doing a showing right now, so he's not here, but I will definitely have to get quick and make the salad, so when he comes back I know he's going to be hungry. And we hope that you enjoy this recipe and try it, and check out that great farmers market. Again, it's open every Saturday from 9 to 1, and everybody was wearing their masks, so it's totally safe and everything, and everybody was friendly. And what a gorgeous weekend, what a gorgeous day, so we're very lucky. But this recipe will be on my website, and it should be under the Realtor next door, so it will have the recipe, and I will add my little extras that I did today. So thanks for watching. Until next time, have a great weekend.